students, myself Suresh VS. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing the lesson, the Rattrap. So please take page number 38, paragraph 5th. The last class, what did we see? Ironmaster's daughter, Edla Williamson, she came to the furnace or forge to take the Rattrap man to her house. Why? Because the Rattrap man was reluctant, or he was not ready to go with the ironmaster, so he sent his daughter to, take him to his house. The words of his daughter, the friendly behavior of his daughter, gave confidence to the Rattrap man. So at last, he decided to accompany her or go along with her to his house. We stopped there. He accepted the fur coat. Already we have seen that she was accompanied by a valet or a servant, and he was carrying a fur coat in his hand. Now it's winter time, so the Rattrap man, the ramp or wanderer, he accepted the fur coat from him, which the valet handed him with a deep bow. How did he accept it? With a deep bow, that means with a great salute, bending his head. He accepted the fur coat. Threw it over his rags. Immediately what did he do? He wore it over his rags. He wore it over his torn clothes and followed the young lady out of the carriage. And thereafter he followed the young lady, and he is going to go with the young lady to her house, without granting the astonished blacksmith so much as a glance. You see that while moving out to the carriage, he not even looked at the blacksmith. He was standing with a great surprise, Astonished means surprised. Blacksmith was really surprised. But he did not even look at that man. So without looking at him, the Rattrap man moved out to the carriage. But while he was riding up the manor house, he had evil forebodings. But while he was going to the manor house or the estate house or the farmhouse, you see that he had some, evil forebodings. That means he thought about some evils that is going to happen. That means he had some, idea about the forthcoming events. Or we can say that a sense of evil to come or happen that came to him. Why the devil did I take that fellow's money? So he had a feeling that something bad is going to happen. He immediately thought, why did I take the money of the crofter? Why did I take the money of that crofter? Why did I steal it? He cursed himself. He started cursing himself. Why the devil? That means he cursed himself for taking money of that old crofter. He thought, now I am sitting in the trap and I will never get out of it. He felt that he had committed some crime, and obviously he would get the punishment for that. So he thought that now he is trapped. He is sitting in a trap. The money was the bait. The money was the comfort which attracted him. So he is in a trap now. Now he could not escape. He thought such a way. The next day was Christmas Eve. You see, the next day, that was the Christmas Eve. And when the ironmaster came into the dining room for breakfast, he probably thought with the satisfaction of his old regimental comrade whom he had run across so unexpectedly. The next day, that was Christmas Eve, you see, when the ironmaster came for his breakfast, immediately he thought about his old comrade. He thought about his colleague whom he met at the last night. First of all, we must see to it that he gets a little flesh on his bones. He said to his daughter, who was busy at the table. It's Christmas Eve. Ironmaster's daughter was very busy. They are arranging the table, doing the work at the table, preparing the food. So the ironmaster said to her, first of all, we must see to it that he gets a little flesh on his body, bones. First of all, we must see that. That means, first of all, we must provide him good food and get some flesh on his body. Get some flesh on his bones. That means he looks very thin. He looks living like in poverty. He was living in poverty. So first of all, we have to provide him good food so that he would improve his health, the ironmaster said. And then we must see that he gets something else to do than to run around the country selling rat traps. Now the man is running around the villages, the country, selling the rat traps. We must stop him from doing that and we must provide him a better job. So first of all, we must try to improve his health, providing him good food, then we must offer him a good job so that he won't roam around selling the rat traps. It is cure that things have gone downhill with him as badly as that. Immediately the daughter said. It is a really strange. Cure means strange. It is strange that the things had gone bad with him. And you see that it is strange that he had a very hard times in his life. Very difficult time in his life. Last night I did not think there was anything about him to show that he had once been an educated man. You see that last night when I saw him, I did not feel like the man was an educated man. That means I was doubtful whether this man was educated or not when I met him last night. He did not look like an educated man at all. The daughter continued. You must have patience, my little girl. My little girl, keep some patience. As soon as he gets clean and dressed up, you will see something different. As soon as he gets clean and as well as you see clean himself and wear good clothes and all, as soon as he gets ready, you will see a good man. A different man. He will change completely. You will see something different. Last night he was naturally embarrassed. Last night you see that he was really embarrassed. He was shy, worried and confused. The tramp manners will fall means go away. Fall away means go away from him with the tramp clothes. Once the clothes are removed, you see that that means the rag clothes are removed. His tramp manners, the wandering manners also would get changed. That means that he would look something different once after getting clean, as well as you see that he is dressed up. He would look entirely different, father said. Just as he said this, the door opened and the stranger entered. Just he completed these words, that time you see that Rattrap man entered there. How did he look? Now he was truly clean, he was really clean and also well dressed. He was in his new clothes. The valet had bathed him. Who had done all this work? You see that the servant had bathed him, cut his hair and shaved him. He looked entirely different. Moreover, he was dressed in a good looking suit of clothes which belonged to the ironmaster. More than that, you see that he was in his new dress, and this dress was of the ironmaster. And he was wearing, he had worn suit clothes of ironmaster. He wore a white shirt. He was wearing a white shirt, and a starched collar. Starch means washed and starched. And starch means that would be the collar that would be stiff. Starch collar and whole shoes. Whole shoes means complete shoes. That means fully fitted shoes. So that means he was in his complete dress with the shoes. But although his guest was now so well groomed, the ironmaster did not seem pleased. Now the guest was completely ready. He was in his good makeup, but the ironmaster was not happy. He was not pleased. Why? He looked at him with a puckered brow. Puckered means wrinkled. So he looked at him. He looked at him with his wrinkled brow. See his face expression. He became very serious. And it was easy to understand that when he had seen the strange fellow in the uncertain reflection from the furnace, he might have made a mistake. But that now, when he stood there in broad daylight, it was impossible to mistake him for an old acquaintance. You see that? When the ironmaster saw him in the faint light of furnace, he had mistaken him. He mistook him as his old friend. He mistook him as his old acquaintance or known person, his old comrade who worked with him in the regiment. But now he looked at him in the broad or clear daylight. It was not possible for him to mistake him as the old acquaintance. That means the previous night he actually mistook him as his old friend. But now when he saw him in the broad daylight, clear daylight, he understood that he was not his friend as he supposed, as he thought of. What does this mean? He thundered. He got angry. What does this mean? He wanted explanation. Okay, he asked him to explain. What is this? Why did you do this? The stranger made no attempt to dissimulate. Dissimulate means pretend or act. Now the Rattrap man understood that he had been caught. But he did not try to act. He did not try to pretend that he was, his friend. He saw at once that the splendor had come to an end. The splendor means grandeur or luxury. Now he understood that all his luxury has come to an end. He has been caught. So now you see that all the luxurious treatment that he was getting, is about to end now, come to an end now. It is not my fault, sir. It's not my mistake. It's not my fault, sir. He started speaking. He started to justify himself. Okay? And you should not blame me for this. I never pretended to be anything but a poor trader. You see that I did not pretend that. I did not act as your friend. Okay? I behaved as a poor trader. And I acted such a way only. And I pleaded and begged to be allowed to stay in the forge. Not only that, I begged to you. I pleaded to you. I requested you, begged you to give me permission to spend one night in the forge. I wanted to sleep in the forge, that's all. I didn't ask anything more than that. But no harm has been done. Not only that, I haven't done any harm to anyone. At worst, I can put on my rags again and go away. In the most serious case, I can put on my rags and go away from here. I am ready to go away from here wearing my rags. He was ready to give back all the clothes supplied to him or given to him by the ironmaster and wear again his rags and go away from there. Well, said the ironmaster, hesitating a little. Hesitating means doubting. Ironmaster said, doubting a little bit. Doubt he had. Well, it was not quite honest. But it was not quite honest. Means you did not behave in an honest way. You must have told that time you were not my friend. You must admit that. You must have admitted that. And I should not be surprised if the sheriff, sheriff means an official for looking after law and order, like police. So he said that he wanted to call the police to settle the matter, to have something to say in the matter. The tramp took a step forward and struck the table with his fist. And this time you see that Rattrap man, the tram wanderer, he got angry. He kept one step forward and yes, what did he struck the table with his fist. No, I am going to tell you, Mr. Ironmaster. Hey, Mr. Ironmaster, I would like to tell you how things are that I am going to tell you. This whole world is nothing but a big rat trap. That is his philosophy. The whole world is nothing that is a big rat trap. All the good things that are offered to you are nothing but cheese, rinds and bits of pork. Rinds means outer layer or we get outer skin. All the things which are offered in this world, they are baits like porks, rinds and bits of pork, piece of pork, set out to drag a poor fellow into trouble. All comforts, all these things, all these baits are set to attract the poor people to, yes, people inside to this trap. Okay. So that means after seeing this comfort, poor people, surely they would get inside and finally they would be trapped. And afterwards they could not escape from there. And if the sheriff comes now and locks me up for this, then you, Mr. Ironmaster, must remember that a day may come when you yourself may want to get a big piece of pork and then you will get caught in the trap. If the sheriff comes, if the police comes and arrest me or imprison me, you remember, one day you also would be attracted to such, yes, baits and you also would be caught like me. Then you could not escape or you also will be trapped and you could never escape from that. The Ironmaster began to laugh. After hearing this philosophy, you see that immediately Ironmaster started laughing. That was not so badly said, my good fellow. Okay, you said it in, yes, not badly said, that means you said it in a good way. Perhaps we should let the sheriff alone on Christmas Eve. Now he decided not to call the sheriff. Okay, let the sheriff enjoy his Christmas Eve. No need to disturb him, no need to call him. But now get out of here as fast as you can. But you have to leave this place, leave my home fast, at once from here, fast as possible. Okay, as fast as possible. You leave the place. But just as the man was opening the door, the daughter said, and immediately Rattrap man became ready to move from there. While he was opening the door, his daughter said, I think he ought to stay with us today. I think he should not go. He must stay with us tonight, today. I don't want him to go. I don't want this man to go. She did not allow this man to move out of the house. She immediately went to the door and closed the door. She blocked the way of the Rattrap man. What in the world are you doing? Said the father. Father got angry. Hey, what are you doing? The daughter stood there quite embarrassed. And daughter was really embarrassed, confused. And what should she say? And hardly knew what to answer. That morning she had felt so happy when she thought how home-like. Home-like means comfortable. And Christmassy. Christmas means the festive spirit of Christmas. She was going to make things for the poor hungry wretch. Wretch means miserable person, unfortunate person. You see that morning when she was cooking the things, while she was arranging the things for this hungry man, cooking delicious food for this hungry man, she was really happy. And she thought about the festive mood of Christmas. And she was really happy and she was really planning how to treat this hungry man. She could not get away from the idea all at once. So she had a lot of plannings. Okay. So how to treat this man? What are the items should be given to this man? Okay. How to make this Rattrap man or this tram happy on this occasion of Christmas. She had planned everything. But now all her plans had been ruined. And she felt sorry. She could not get away from the idea all at once. So she could not get away from all the ideas she had already. And that was why she had interceded Interceded means intervened or mediated. That was the reason she mediated or intervened for the vagabond. She supported the vagabond. Vagabond means, yes, the wanderer. That was the reason she came forward to support the, yes, the rat-trap man or the wanderer. I am thinking of this stranger here, said the young girl. He walks and walks the whole year long, and I am thinking about this stranger. You see that the whole year, what was he doing? What he has been doing? He has been walking, okay? And there is probably not a single place in the whole country. You see that he does not have a house. There is not a single place for him to rest or take shelter in this country. And there is no place where he has been welcomed. Nobody welcomes him and can feel at home. There is not a single place for him to feel at home, be comfortable. Wherever he turns, he is chased away. Wherever he turns, wherever he goes, what happened? He has been, driven away from there, chased away from there. Always he is afraid of being arrested and cross-examined. And always the man lives in fear of arrest, as well as always he has been cross-examined. He has been questioned in detail by the people, as well as the police. I should like to have him enjoy a day of peace with us here, just one in the whole year. So I want to give him peace, at least to one day. The whole year he has been living in poverty and trouble and misery. But at least one day I want to give him peace. One day in a year. The ironmaster mumbled something. Immediately the ironmaster, he murmured something. He said something slowly. In his beard, he could not bring himself to oppose her. You see that he did not have any words to answer. He did not have any answer to, his daughter. So he said something very slowly in his beard. He has beard also. It was all a mistake of force, she continued. It's really a mistake, but it is our mistake. But anyway, I don't think we ought to chase away a human being whom we have asked to come here. But remember, Father, we should not chase away, we should not drive away a human being who had come to our house or had taken shelter in our house and to whom we have promised Christmas, cheer. Already we had promised him Christmas happiness, Christmas food. And in such a condition, we should not drive or chase away that man. You do preach worse than a person. You do preach means sermonize, advise, worse than a person. Person means priest or churchman. Priest, you see that they used to give good advice or sermonize. Oh, you are worse than a priest, said the ironmaster. I only hope you won't have to regret this. But I can tell you one thing. You should not regret for this. Okay? You should not feel sorry for what you are doing now. The young girl took the stranger by the hand and led him up to the table. Now the young girl, he took the hand of a rat-trap man and made him to sit nearby the table and started giving him food. Now sit down and eat. For she could see that her father had given in, because now she understood that, her father had consented or agreed or given in or agreed with her. The man with the rat traps said not a word. So without telling even a word, the poor rat trap man, he started eating and he helped it to the foot. Time after time, he looked at the young girl. In between, while eating, you see that? He looked at the young girl who had interceded for him, who had mediated for him, who had supported him or requested for him. Why had she done it? Why? What is the reason? Why had she done it? What could the crazy idea be? What could be this senseless idea behind it? He had a lot of doubts. So many questions came in his mind. Dear students, I hope all of you understood this very well. So thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.